Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to do the rest of the review on this generator and kind of see how much it can handle. I'll show you quickly again what the details are. Oh, don't want to do that. So what I've got here is two plugged in, okay? So that's going to a long extension and that's going to a short one. This here is plugged into the shed, and this one here is going into the shed, just so I'm not pulling straight from the shed, I'm pulling from both these as well. So let me get this thing started and warmed up, and we'll go inside, and it's going to be like the same stuff to power, but we can power multiple stuff then off that. So let's see what happens. Alright guys, now we're inside. I'm going to turn the lights on. You'll be able to hear how it pulls down the generator, hopefully anyway. Probably see it'll start to work soon, hopefully. And hopefully you can see they start to flicker, hopefully. If you can, then that's a modified sine wave generator, it's not a pure sine wave tool. The brighter I do them, the more obviously pulls on the generator. Don't know if you can see that flickering though. I don't know if it's keeping up the frame rates of the camera. When I turn it off and back on. Oh, got a light there. Gone. So you can hear the difference. The true test will be this kettle, because it normally is, and I mean, it's a kettle. It sort of draws the most in your house, apart from ovens and stuff like that. So I'll plug this in down here. Let's try the compressor. Okay, so that's the lights and the compressor. So that's... Let me quickly untangle this guys and plug this in, and we'll be right back. Right, so obviously with this being only 375 watts, it's obviously going to power this, if it can power this, right, okay? But we'll turn this on to see how much it pulls on the generator, because obviously it's quite a slow starting up first, so let's see if you can hear it at all. Okay. Okay, so that pulled a fair bit, to be honest, on the generator, which I'm quite surprised, being 375 watts. But then again, it is powering all 7 of these lights. So let's see what it's like when this is on and this is on with the lights. Right, so it was able to do that quite easy, to be honest. I'm quite surprised how easy it was able to do that. But you could hear it pulling, the lights didn't dim down so much, but you could hear it pulling away from the compressor when that switched on, the power wise. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Normally you've just heard it dip down on the generator side of things. But yeah, that's weird. I've never heard that before. But obviously we've got next the Hoover. You've seen this one. It's 700 watt. So we'll get and plug this one in and see what it does with the lights. okay. Now, with the 1500 and the 700 and the lights, so obviously, right, I'm trying to think what these lights could be. I don't even know what they'll be actually, to be honest. So we're looking at about 2,200 watts with this on and this on. So we're probably looking at 2,000 watts, say 2,300 watts with these lights. So let's see what air we're at the moment. Oh, we'll have to take some air out. So let me pause this, my guys, it'll be really noisy and we'll be right back. Right, empty some air out and we will start things up. So let's do the most powerful one first. Wow. Okay, it really didn't like that. But it still did it. It still powered it up. I think if that was slow at starting up, it would, depending if I had a low input current going into it, it would be better. I think it would be better anyway. Right, I don't even know if these sockets work. So, we're going to give the toaster, what was the toaster again? Oh, come on. What was the toaster again? The toaster was 1,250 to 1,450. And the kettle was, oh, this way, 1,850 to 2,200. So let's try this. Oh, it's making that work. Holy cow, it's making that work. But it is warming up. Is it gonna show? Right, normally it glows, but this toaster must be on its way out. Right, so as you can hear, it really does pull on the generator. So you can imagine what this does to your electric bill, right? If this is a lot lower on watts than this is, and this could be quite a low wattage kettle as well, I don't know. You can imagine what this does for your electric bill. And that's nasty. That's really nasty. So that's yeah. Oh, it's piling it now. That light's flickering. Don't know if you can see that. But when I pull on it, it steadies the light up. It dims them down a little bit, obviously, but it steadies them up. Obviously, that generator is not going to be manly enough to power this and this. Obviously, I'm not going to run much else with this or this. But the fact that it can power all that, or those two, shall I say, is pretty impressive. Let me get the fuel tank off the generator and let it suck itself out and dry up and stuff like that, and we'll talk a little bit more about this, and yeah, we'll be right back. Right, so they obviously recommend that, there's noise around the generator. So they obviously recommend that, to say that thing's 2,800 watts, you wouldn't power 2,800 watts off it, if that makes sense. You need to go over, but it's quite a bit over. So say you need to power 2,800 watts worth of stuff, they recommend you'd probably get like 3,200 or something like that. It's quite a bit over. So the kettle wise, okay, it's what draws the most in your house. Apart from cookers and stuff like that. That's why if you've got a light that flickers that you see how much electricity is being drawn, and you switch the kettle on in your place, if you've still got the old ones that you see it spinning, just switch the kettle on in your house and watch the difference in speed. You'll be amazed at all the flicker of the light. The faster the flicker of the light, the more electric you're using. And yes, it can be really bad. Yeah, the kettle is the worst thing for electric. The toaster's probably coming in with ovens and stuff like that. What can I say about these guys? I mean, 1500, 700, 375. Could it have powered all of them? Possibly. But yeah, if you wanted it as like a backup generator, then yeah, fine. I think it was like, how much did it cost? Like 220 odd quid I think it cost. But you need to remind yourself that it's not a pure sine wave, it's a modified, so it may damage electrical stuff. You could use one for years and it wouldn't damage any electrical stuff. And you could use one and you'd be unfortunate enough that it would damage something straight away, if that makes sense. But yeah, if you wanted to use it as an emergency, well, it powered these lights, okay? It powered... Actually, I can tell you what these lights are. I'm not going to add the math up because I'm no good at it. Let me see if I can zoom in actually, because I can't see what it says. And I'm shaking too much to see it. What's that, 35 is it? Oh no. I think that says 35 watt. Yeah, I think that says 35 watt. So 35 plus 7, whatever that is. I'm not going to do it, I've never been good at math. So the kettle was able to, the generator was able to run the kettle and 7 of these lights. The generator was able to run the compressor, that's 1500 watts, a 700 watt Hoover, and 7 of these lights. So you could see how you could run a heater and stuff off it if you needed heat. Some places, maybe for sump pumps, for places that flood, and the basement floods and stuff like that, you know you've got it. Plus, on that one, if you've got like a 12 volt system, say, you've got like a 12 volt system for like just running little things off, you can get some cable and plumb it into that. So you're not actually using any of the power from the generator, if that makes sense. You're taking 12 volt from that, charging your batteries up, then that will continue to go through your inverter to power whatever. Plus you have the 240 or 230 side of things on that generator to power lights. Why you'd want to use a kettle if you've got a power cut, I don't know, but you might want to drink, I don't know. I'm not recommending you'd want to use tools or anything like that as well. I'm not saying that that's a recommended thing, because that'd be the last thing I'm going to do is using tools. But it can be used for anything, right? On site. On site, you've got a bench grinder, Hoover. You'd be amazed at people that need to take Hoovers on site to clean up on themselves. Compressor. This compressor's a fairly big one for like nailing. You wouldn't need one this size. You probably wouldn't even need a 25 litre one size. Probably just need smaller again. So you could actually probably run more stuff off of it if you had a small compressor, depending on the surge and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a good little test, I think, guys. I always knew the kettle was going to be a killer for it. It always is the killer. It's just the way it is. If you've got one of those water heaters that has like heating element inside, You can imagine how much one of those things draws now, can't you? I mean, the heat element in that is like this big by like this. The heat elements in those things are probably like from here to my face away, and probably like this big. You can understand how now it can draw so much electric, and why your electric bill can be so ridiculous. But yeah, guys. Anyway, I hope that helps with that sort of generator. You get different watts of generators. The more power, the better, obviously. So you know how you have it on hand, but it comes with the price. Would I recommend these cheap ones? No. But yeah. But I would always stick to the name brand ones personally, like Honda and stuff like that. Step Hill is probably. I would probably recommend Step Hill more than Honda, to be honest. Yeah, they're really good motors. Obviously, you're taking this advice from me now, and you could go and buy a brand new Step Hill and something happens to it. That's just how it is. It's the same with cars. It's the same with machinery. You could buy it brand new and something happens to it. It's just a manufacturing fault. At least with new, you've got warranty and stuff like that. Second hand, you might not be so lucky to have warranty. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get this stuff packed up. It's quite cold out today, and I want to be in the warmth. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the video and I hope it helps. If you want me to do any more experiments, just leave a comment down below. If I've got it, I'll do the experiment. Can't even think what day it is today. I'm so tired. But anyway, guys, thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you've got any questions at all, what tests you want me to try out with it next, then please leave a comment down below. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.